Been told here that there's a selection of commands that are really deadly to a Linux operating system. But just how deadly are they? Well, I'm going to sacrifice a few virtual machines and show you what actually happens. Now this will be Ubuntu 15.10 running in a virtual machine. I've given it 4 CPU cores and 8 gig of RAM. So let's start with this one here, which is a fork bomb. So what it means is it's going to create a copy of itself and start running. And it'll create another copy and continue to run over and over again until it consumes all the memory and CPU usage on the system. So on the right hand side I've got a graph of the memory and CPU usage for the whole system, and on the left we've got one for the virtual machine. So this is a quad core virtual machine with 8 gig of RAM. It'll get exhausted quite quickly, so here we go. You can suddenly see the memory is escalating, CPU usage has escalated, and that's it. The system is dead in no time at all. So you can't do anything. Literally nothing I click on there is doing a thing. And you can see how the CPU usage and memory are just gone. Oh, it's doing something. Now I can't even switch into a TTY console. What's it going to done that for? Okay, I think we're just going to have to kill this virtual machine. I can hear the CPU fan kicking in on my system now, so let's power that off. And you can see the host system recovers really quickly. Now the rm remove command. -r is recursive and -f is force. / being the root. So run that. Oh, look at that. There's a failsafe in Ubuntu. It is dangerous to operate recursively on root. And it even asks you to put this no preserved root to override this failsafe. And I don't think being root makes much difference either. Nope. So that command is pretty much stopped right there in its tracks. But how about the equivalent disguised in a bit of code? Nope, can't run that either. Simple problem there, I'm missing the dependencies. Now the mkfs.ext4/dev/sda1. That's going to format your file system on first hard drive, first partition, and format it to extension 4. Yeah, go for it. Oh look, we've got a warning here. This contains the ext4 file system already, last mounted, yes. Yeah, go on, proceed anyway. And you'll see here that I'm running the command as root. A failsafe would be that if I try and run it without root privileges, yeah, you can't. Permission denied. Go on then, go for it. It's mounted already. You have to make some effort here to actually unmount the file system, so the command's not going to work. But if I run it against another hard drive that's not mounted, then yes, that command will work. Now this command, dd if input file equals dev random, that's randomized numbers. Of output file is the SDA partition, so first hard drive in the system, write a load of random numbers all over it. Sure, why not? Yeah, permission denied again. Ha. Oh, looks like that one's working. Oh dear. That's going to be the end of the system. So, no failsafe on the dd command. How long should we leave it? I'll give it a couple of minutes and then I'll reboot it. That didn't do much. System's still operational. Let's try and run a couple of things. Yeah, that looks good. Everything's run there. Well, here's one I haven't tried before. This is move root folder to nothing. Let's see what happens. Cannot overwrite non-directory dev null with directory. God, what is it with all these commands failing here? Okay. Let's change it to move the home folder to dev null. That was a rip-off, wasn't it? Now let's try wiping out sudo and root. That's that done. Oops. Well, we can't get back in now. So that one is a bit lethal, but I do believe it's recoverable. Oh, there's no synaptic on here, is there? Let's try and install something with the Ubuntu Software Center. So yeah, go for VLC. Sure, let's install it. That's still working. Was this command lethal or not? Oh, here we go. Need to authenticate. Okay, I guess we can still install things. Well, that was disappointing, wasn't it? That most of the commands actually failed due to fail-safes that are built into the system. The only commands that really had an effect were the fork bomb. Well, that was very nice, but on reboot, the system's perfectly fine again. It's as if nothing happened. And the other one of removing the sudo and root users, well, yes, that had an effect, although the system was still usable and I was still able to install things for the Ubuntu Software Center. It's recoverable from, but it will take a little bit of work. But no permanent damage really done. Now, there's some other more generic, deadly things that could be done here with a system, that like wget, getting a malicious script and then executing it. But then that comes down to, do you really trust a website that you're getting it from? And if you do, then, well, shouldn't be a problem there. But now let's look at what some deadly commands would do in Linux. So thanks for watching, I'll see you all later.